Hello and welcome to Atypical Life. I am Layla and today we're talking goats. So if you watch my video from last week, then you know at the end we got goats. We have two Nigerian dwarf mixes. Now, that was filmed in July and it is now December 27th as of the filming of today. But some things have happened over the last couple weeks. So I thought I would jump on and kind of discuss what's going on. And a lot of friends and family watch this and they're probably thinking we're a lot crazy because of recent posts on Facebook and Instagram. So, all right, here's what is going on in our life. So in July, we decided to get goats. We'd been researching. Our plan was one day we wanted to have dairy goats. When we were in our previous home, we had a 5-year plan to get a bigger home with a lot more land and have basically enough stuff to sustain our family as much as possible and get us out of the grocery stores as much and being able to be produce our own food and what's needed. You need to have a lot of land for cows. They're really big and need a lot more. So we were looking towards the goat idea anyways. Well, then we got blessed with this wonderful home on an acre, and it already had a goat on it at one point. We decided goats, let's try goats. So then in July, when we decided to get goats, it was because we were kind of having a tick problem in the last half of our property. We needed that kind of like leveled off. We also had been doing a lot of research on goats and decided time to kind of get more hands-on experience. So the two goats we got were females. Our understanding they were between 8 and 12 weeks, so they didn't need a bottle anymore, but they were still really young. At least that's what we thought, and so it was good. We were going to do hands-on experience. They weren't very tame, even though they appeared to be when we first when they were with their previous owner. But when we got them home, they weren't very tame. So we were going to work with them slowly and kind of build up to at least having some kind of relationship with them. They were really small when we got them, under 20 pounds. A Nigerian dwarf gets up to 70 pounds. They were definitely far from 70 pounds. So we knew we were just kind of getting a hands-on experience with them. They were meant to be pasture goats that eventually we'll kind of see where we led. We started talking about maybe jumping up the dairy goat idea a little bit sooner. So the plan was that after our ADU started being built in the back, when we were able to make more permanent structures, that we were going to set up an area for doing the milking and stuff like that come like spring, summer. That was what we wanted to do. And so we started picking up on research on stuff like that, so we understood what was happening. Not really researching heavy, but kind of like at our leisure pace. And then December 19th, we came home from church and I was going to enjoy the evening painting my nails. And as I'm getting set up for this, my husband yells for me and says, I need you to come out and help me real quick and put on your shoes. Well, I always have shoes at the back door. He never says that to me. So it was something definitely was serious. So when he said that, I didn't second guess him at all. We went out the door and I put on my rain boots and he took me out to the back pasture, at least started to, and my goats were there waiting for me, normal, same as usual. asking for food early, like usual. They're very social. They like to be near us, even though they don't want me to touch them. They like to be near us. And then I heard a screech, and then it was like, what's happening? So we got back out in the yard, and the very farthest spot in this goat pen that we have, or that we created, was a little baby goat. So the oldest of the 2 goats that we got, that we thought was around 12 weeks old, was apparently impregnated right before we brought her home, and we didn't know. She did start getting a little bit of a belly, but both of them did, and we thought kind of like, oh, maybe it's because we're feeding them too much, because you can overfeed a goat. So we scaled back feeding just a little bit, but then they both seemed a little bit more hungry. I try to go off of the charts, but at the same time kind of go off my gut feeling. And so we scaled back for like 1 or 2 days, a little bit of feeding, to see if that helped, but they just seemed like they were really hungry. So I just kept feeding them the same amount of food every day. And so they both kind of got a little belly. It wasn't a big thing, and didn't look... I did mention to Jordan, I thought that the smaller of the 2, she's shorter to the ground, she more has the Nigerian dwarf physique. But I kept saying, hey, she looks like pregnant, like that's weird. But everything we researched said that they need to be like 6 months older to get pregnant. So we were going to wait to do that until after Christmas. Anyways, so that is how we got baby goat number 1. We brought her in, and I was a little bit of a panic because I hadn't quite got to a lot of research on what to do afterwards. We were kind of discussing equipment, like we were talking about when do we want to. We were leisurely discussing this, and I was watching a video here and there through YouTube, so I wasn't ready. We weren't ready. So we did try to get Mama Goat to feed the baby. She was obviously cleaned up, so Cher is the mom. So Cher obviously cleaned her up and cared for her to a degree, but then abandoned her because of the distance that she left her and didn't want to have anything to do with her. So then later, I brought her up. Anyways, we tried to see about getting her to latch onto her and get milk from her. And Cher wasn't having it. She grunts when she doesn't like something, she grunts. And so she kept grunting at her. And then she tried to push her away several times. And so did Sunny, our other goat. So we decided to take her out of that. And then Jordan ran to our local Tractor Supply. We've been there 20 times since in the last 10 days, I'm telling you. So Jordan went and got all the stuff we needed to start feeding her. And then we realized we kept hearing a lot of bad things about the formula. So we had bought the formula and stuff, but as he is going out to Tractor Supply, I'm researching whatever I can to say, what do we need to do right this minute? And we got to that was not good stuff to give them. So we started milking the mom, but we had to do it the way we had to do it originally because we don't have anything set up. She handled okay. My husband held her, and then I milked her. And so that went on for a couple days because that's what we could do. So now I have a whole setup. We had to find a milking stand, and we got that set up, and I'm comfortable milking the goat now, and the goats are actually getting really comfortable with us and tame. But about 2 or 3 days after we had the baby, we decided to get a second baby. The reason behind that madness is because bottle feeding a baby goat it's the same as having a regular human baby at home. They need to be bottle fed every so often. They need the first couple nights at night, then it's bottle fed throughout the day. So we decided to get another baby. We knew we wanted another opportunity to have two very tame, lovable goats. And so we got the baby, the second baby, for to keep the one baby like company, and also that we don't have to go through the whole bottle feeding thing again until we're ready. So we just did it. Now there's two baby goats and I'm milking. And so our farm kind of grew. We joke about it being a farm because it's just an acre in the middle of a very busy city. So it's our little homestead that's growing. So yes, we now have baby goats, and we now are in the milking business now, at least for our family, right now for the two baby goats, and then after 6 to 8 weeks it'll be we'll be doing that for ourselves. Thank you so much for watching our journey. Please hit the like button if you liked it, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more.